healing is a process, not an event. It's something a lot of people really have to take into their matrix of who they are. 720, your name and where you're calling from?
Hi, Andy. This is Leslie from Colorado.
Hi, Leslie from Colorado. How can I help you?
Hi. Well, I'm calling sort of as a follow-up from a couple of weeks ago. And I have I smudged my house because you said my nest was filled with some of the pain. Is she back?
Okay.
And so I've become pretty sick from doing that, and then I was doing some energy work on a neighbor, and now she feels great and I don't. And so I was just wondering if I could get some help on how to.
Yeah, I can help you. Just a second. All right, to announce to everybody, we've got our first two people that have made their donations. And the offer is over. Those first two callers, those first two people that have made their $80 donation, now we'll have a reading this weekend. I want to thank everybody. I will be doing this regularly here for this radio station and for Wolf Spirit Radio to support those stations. I have a very, very long list of people that are waiting, and this is one of the ways I can get people into it quick. Thank you, everybody, for taking part of that donation drive. Caller, so Leslie, when you did your smudging of the house, what kind of sick did you get afterwards? Cough, cold, fever?
Yeah. I have I'm coughing deep, all the stuff coming up from my lungs, and
okay.
And lots
what did
of
you
headaches.
use to smudge?
I used incense.
What kind of incense? Do you remember?
It was like rose and vanilla or something. I don't know the name of it.
Okay. Did you leave one window open in the house?
I did.
All right. When you were going through the house, what I'm sensing for you is you actually kicked out a lot of negative energy. But one of the things that you missed was your bathroom and your upper part of your house. There's still energetic entities that are in there, but they're very low powered now. And they got a little angry that you were kicking them out. What it really means is you have to do it again and again and again and again and again. What I'm sensing is
the whole house.
The whole house.
Again?
Do you have a child living there?
Yeah, 2.
How old? 2? How old are the 2 children?
7 and 9.
Is the 7-year-old having issues in school?
No, the 9-year-old is.
The 9-year-old is.
The 7-year-old has learning disabilities, and the 9-year-old is having behavior issues on top of having Down syndrome. So.
Has that been going on? The behavioral issues been going on for a while now?
Yes.
2 years? 3 years?
1 year.
1 year. All right, you're going to need to clean his room out really good. Also, you're going to need to wash all of his toys and smudge all of his toys. The child, the 9-year-old has, what I'll say in his energy aura as 2 pock marks, like, you ever seen a sucker fish that's got a big mouth that sucks off the bottom of the ground? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That's the kind of marks that he has in his energy aura around his tailbone. And this is very common that children get these from other children in their schools, actually. I get this very, very, very frequently. And it comes from these energy suckers stay in the toys of children. Also their bedding, their pillows, believe it or not. Pillows get a lot of energy in it. So much that you're gonna have to frequently change his pillows, or get them out in the sunlight. The next thing is, how much sunlight are the 2 children getting? Are they getting a lot of sunlight? Are they doing a lot of video games?
They're in camp now, so they are getting more sunlight outside. But when they come home, they watch about an hour or 2 of a video cartoon. But No video games. No.
Do they play outside?
The one that you're speaking of, he doesn't like to play outside. The other one does.
All right, the one that doesn't want to play outside, that behavior is actually from the little psychic parasite wanting him to stay inside. Because the parasite, if it falls off of him while it's outside, it won't be able to get back to its little nest. And we regularly have parasites on; they naturally exist. And these are naturally existing entities. These aren't some nefarious thing that's popped up out of nowhere and someone's controlling. These just naturally exist. And when you have children that have very difficult homes and they go to school, it's just a breeding ground from them. And when you started to kick the energies out, it released it's like a psychic pheromone that got you sick. Because it essentially overloaded you with energy so that you wouldn't kill its nest, is what happened.
Okay? So you're saying it's the children's bathroom, it's not the bigger
it's the children's
bathroom?
room, it's the children's bathroom. As well as you need to prepare yourself before you do it. So you need to smudge your own body before you do it and after you do it.
Okay.
Okay? And this could take you 2 more times, and if not 3 more times to do. What I'm going to suggest for you to do is to leave one window in the house open, close the rest of the windows, put one inset stick in each room of the house, and make sure it's protected so it won't, burn the house down. And then leave the house, quite literally. Stay outside for a half hour, 45 minutes. And that one window you leave open, just kind of keep an eye on it. Go out and, pick some plants in the front yard, do something, clean your car, and just watch that smoke come out. And this is where the intuitive side of the mother is going to start catching emotional energy being released out of the house. Okay? And then when you decide to go in, open that front door. Don't walk in immediately. Open the front door and just let it air out for about 10 minutes. Go and take the inset stick out and walk around the house. And just if the hairs on your arm stand up, do it again.
Okay.
Any sense of non-neutrality of the house, do it again. Go for a drive. The kids are out of the house. The house will smell good when you're done.
Yeah. They have their father has them half time, and I was actually in his presence yesterday, and I got a tremendous headache. He's very, very abusive, but he has them half time. And can this help them when they go there? This is what you just told me to do.
Say that again. It was tough to hear you.
Oh, okay. So their father has them joint cut to part-time, and he's pretty negative, and I was actually in his presence yesterday for just a short time and got a really bad headache. And what I'm trying to figure out is how to protect them when they're not here, because they're there part-time.
All right. I run into this frequently. Ex-wives that get headaches from their husbands, and that's because he's unintentionally psychic attacking you. Unintentionally. And this is about you empowering your own energy field. He's frustrated in his own mind, so when he sees you, his third eye turns on and he blasts you with energy. And he's unaware of it. Yeah. He's not an energy master. We as human beings, we do this all day long. And I encounter this from people, from doing readings, that they open up and they vomit all over you. It's psychic vomit.
Yeah.
And your energy field has to prepare to send it back to the person. So the few minutes before you drive up next time, or you're going to be on a call, you have to say to yourself, I am a free-willed individual. I do not accept any of this man's energy. He is permanently banned from entering my energy field. And you need to create those affirmations and read them and say them out loud. These affirmations do work because you are communicating to your energy field instructions so nothing can enter your sacred space. And when you get a headache like that, it's because he's right inside your head.
Yeah, do I use his name as well?
Yes, specifically.
In that action. Because when I first drove up and I saw his car, I said, okay, I'm surrounded by mirrors pressed up, faced outward. and it worked for a long time, but I was there for like an hour and a half, and at the end is when I got the headache. So, so I sort of accomplished that, but then I didn't know the other aspect.
The next thing is your children are inevitably going to be psychic sponges to this energy. It's just the way families work. And kids playing and laughing generally can break that up, but when there's long periods of tension between parents, you get stuck. Mm-hmm. The children get stuck just absorbing that negative energy. You're going to have to figure out a way to help them let go of that energy. As an adult, I tell people regularly to clear out your colon, because that is where you store the most amount of negative psychic data from people that are in your energy field.
Okay.
So, have you ever done a fast?
Actually, I just started one today. Yes, I just started. It was a juice fast, and then I have a colonic on Monday, and then I'm going to go to the all water after that.
There you go.
And good. Follow it up.
Yeah. You're going to notice that really helps you with the energy of your husband, ex-husband.
Yeah, that would be great. Before I let you go, if I could ask you one more question.
Sure.
About what should I be doing for a career? I was corporate America forever, and then I had my son, and now it's been 9 years, and I'm really having a hard time figuring out what can I do to pay my bills, but that would bring me joy and something that I should be doing.
Okay. This is a tough one. You're at this point where you're trying to get yourself motivated and going, and you're dealing with two children that are going to be needy for quite some time. Quite some time. Corporate America was good for you, and it was also bad for you. Have you ever thought about starting your own business specifically for helping children or families that are in the same thing?
I'm a caregiver right now, but it's draining me a lot, but that's me just because my energy hasn't been built up.
I'm talking like teaching stress relief classes, teaching, sharing all the things that you've learned and whatever research you could do. Is that something that could be a part-time job where you could get a group together that meets? There's all sorts of things there. You got to be able to network with people.
Okay.
Maybe make a network of caregivers too.
Oh, so maybe start a business of my own caregivers.
Exactly. And then you could supply
children,
for children, for parents with children. Sometimes the parents with kids that have autism need a day off, and they just can't find anyone that will even come in and watch an autistic child.
Mm-hmm.
You can teach special training classes for that.
Okay.
Learning disabled children. Even get together and maybe make a group of former teachers that can come in and tutor kids once an hour or 1 hour a week or something. There's all sorts of things you can do.
Okay, so that's what I should be doing then, because I'm at a loss. I have I've got lawyers and attorneys saying, when are you going to get a job, and we can't pay you, child support forever, and that kind of thing, and it's very taxing.
Oh yeah, it's horribly taxing.
Energy. So, anyways, I just wanted to ask you if you had any insight. I don't know that it would make me any money. I know that's the problem. I have to make some money. So.
Well, you can always go back to the corporate world for a little bit, but you know what that's going to do to you. Your child, live life with your children. You're never going to have the amount of time for them, and then you're going to need people to be caregivers when you're gone.
Right. So why not be my own caregiver?
Exactly. Or you can put together a caregiver group, a pretty nice, hefty sized one, and then go back to corporate America, and then you can offer those services to people that are in corporate America.
Right, because more and more people are having children with disabilities.
Exactly. Children with special needs.
Yeah. Well, why is that? Why is it more prevalent now?
Vaccines. The vaccines are a fraud. Absolute fraud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Fluoride. You remember taking the concentrated fluoride when you were a kid and swishing it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know that they've proven that level of toxicity that you're actually causing harm to the kid? 300 times the amount of daily amounts is in that little squirt that they give you every day.
My children, they vomit it. I tell the dentist, don't give them a treatment, and they don't, my children.
Those dentists know better. They know better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got to move on to the next caller. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks a lot. All right, have a good